Pardon me, sorry about that. And then I'm gonna make a jig for it. And either I'll be commissioned to do it, or her husband Keith will drill them out and put them on. What are you up to?
Well, I just dropped my helper off, and I'm heading home. So I got like a 2-minute drive here.
I think I would have just pushed the door open and pushed them out. And tell them to tuck and roll.
If I'm being honest, I kind of wanted to today. I wish I had a cough button. No, he was not at the level he needs to be. He's been with us for 6 months, I think. And I tried to have him do drains today. Well, it was pitching up, and he was using straight pipe, not the P-trap that we have, and it's just like, what are you doing? Why? Why would you do that?
Bumped it up? That's not even code. It's got, what, a 1/4 inch out of 4 foot or 8 foot or something?
Vent pipe is 1/4 inch per foot. Drain pipe is technically 1/8 inch per foot of fall. So yeah, but and I look at it and it's aiming literally tipping up. And I'm like, what are you doing? And I'm normally a little more friendly, but today I was like, you've been here 6 months. What are you doing?
Really, Clint? A 1/4 inch per foot? I can't believe you. W8ATT.
Well, hey, my number two requires steeper slopes to go. My dad used to say, it doesn't take much to be a plumber. Just got to know that, number one, number two, go downhill. Paydays on Wednesdays, and you wash your hands before you eat. And, howdy there, Scott. What are you doing over here? No, I'm kidding. That's what I said to Jim, too. Over to you, Scott. KCADHR. Okay, Scott.
Thought you handed it over to Jim. My bad. Well, hello there, Jim. I'm glad you're on your way home, and sound like you're pretty close to home, which makes it even better. So, come on now, put up with those trainees. Gosh, I can remember getting called a trainee. And oh gosh, how old was I? I was 40, I was almost 50, 47, 48, something like that. I hated that. Yeah, the guy should know, but yeah, you were once a apprentice at one time, I believe. So have a little mercy on him, and hopefully he'll turn out to be a really good HVAC person. Oh goodness, I'm just Clint. I put in door latch last night and got that in there, and whoever set the door didn't set the door, the one you walk in breezeway there with the half glass. They didn't set the door in right. The door sticks out of the door frame, oh gosh, probably ½ inch or so, and it was all messed up. So when I put that kind of seal around the door, keep out drafts and stuff, it was all goofed up. So I took the trim off the top and then the side, the striker side, and I adjusted it and got it all kosher now. Not kosher, but good enough, you know, to until I can get another door and another frame and that. Gonna have to hit some of the restores and that. Haven't been to them in a long time. I love them places. Go ahead there, Jim. W8ATT.
F8BRD. No, I am normally pretty lenient and pretty, you know, laid back about it, but this kid, like I said, has been here doing the job for six months, and 6 months in, the expectation is that you can do line voltage on the furnace, gas pipe, and drain by yourself by around noon, and he is not there. I like the kid a lot, but yeah, he's just not gonna. I don't think he's cut out for this work. He's very short attention span, literally dog from up type of short attention span. But yeah, I do like the kid, but just yeah, he's not cut.
Scott, basically he's saying that he was not full of hugs and kisses today. And Jim, if you would be, you never know, you might raise up another Jim Jr., a JJ. And Scott, on those doors like that, yeah, half inch, that's a lot. I'm assuming it was consistent from top to bottom? Or is it just on the top or the bottom where it was sticking out? And they do make a rigid seal instead of using that foam stuff. Thanks, baby. You know, it's a rigid piece of aluminum with a rubber seal on it, the gasket, and you attach it to the jam, the stop of the frame, and you push that gasket up against the door slab as you're attaching it to the frame. Anyhow, gentlemen, I am actually going to be pulling into my sister-in-law's house here real shortly, so I should probably cut you loose. I'll be back out in a little bit. I don't think this will take too long. Hopefully I'll catch you guys again. W8ATT and KF8BRD. 73, God bless. KC8EHR.
M3's there, Clanton. Sounds like Ginger's with you. Either that or Chloe. I don't know if you call her Babe or not, so hopefully it goes well for you there and goes quickly. And your work will shine. Go ahead there, Jim. W8ATT.
W8BCI repeater.
We'll catch you later. Scott, I'll catch you in a few minutes here. I'm at the QTH. I'm gonna get it back in there, and I'll catch you on the base. KF8BRD, I'll be clear for the moment. LCDRA.
Be back in a moment too, Jim. I got to go out the garage to get a proper tool for the job. W8ATT.
is the W8BCI repeater PL100 Hertz.
BRD.
MT0Y listening.
KF8 BRD. What's going on, Jay?
Well, I see the wind took out some things today. I assume what's going on down there is just a power outage. It doesn't show an outage for his area, but there's also not a whole lot there. So they may not have had enough information, from smart meters to flag it as an outage. Somebody probably will end up having to go down that way to verify. But hopefully that's all it is. Hopefully he didn't have an antenna blown off his tower.
Yeah, I hope so as well. I hope it's just a power outage. I heard lightning last night, so that was another concern on my end, as I was thinking, gosh, I hope it didn't get struck by lightning, but yeah, we'll see.
Well, I thought it was on this morning. Was it not on first thing?
Not when I keyed it up. It was dead at that point. That's about between 7 and 7:30.
Huh, okay. I hit a repeater, but maybe I didn't. Maybe I hit the MSU repeater instead. Yeah, I hope it's not a big deal. And, hey, if something happened and he needs a hand, I know a whole group of people that'll go up there and gone, but yeah, hopefully it's a consumer's job at this point.
KC8TCS. 88DIX.
Alright, I heard you, Pete, and I heard you, Zach. Go ahead, Pete, pass it to Zach, and pass it back to Jim, NT0Y.
But I tried the 147360 repeater in Jackson that's linked to it, and that's not working either.
Go ahead, Zach.
Just going to ask what repeater wasn't working. You guys were talking about, I don't know if it was the realist or something, because I'm like, I keyed that up just a little bit ago when I was leaving Okemos. So. And with W8BCI on the license plate, not a ham radio plate, but W8BCI. So when we were right there by the repeater, I threw my call out a couple times, but I just wondered if anybody knew who has a W8BCI plate on their blue BMW that lives, I'm assuming, lives in a subdivision right there near the Okemos repeater site there. But just wonder what repeater was offline. KDADX, and I will be out very quickly.
Good afternoon, gentlemen. Happy Friday. And yeah, we're talking about the Aurelius. I haven't been able to raise it, so yeah. Go ahead there, Jay.
Yeah, we were just talking about, we got quite some wind last night and this morning. Jim said he saw lightning. I really hope that's got nothing to do with it. Hopefully just some wind blew over some trees or something, and once he gets the lines back up, their repeater will come back up. I guess we'll find out. Go ahead, Pete.
I tried to call Brian on the phone and find out what was going on, but he didn't answer. Ted, I sent him a text, but again, haven't heard anything. He's a busy guy, so... And maybe he's working on it, I don't know. Maybe he's already aware of it. Hopefully it'll come back soon. 88DAX. Yeah, I just got to my aunt's house here in Ovid to hopefully get her internet fixed, and once I got hers fixed, I guess I get to go to my parents' house and check out their internet. They took a transformer hit in front of their house last night, so a bunch of their stuff got fried by the lightning, so go check out how bad the situation is with their network, and then hopefully get home at some point this evening and have dinner. But alright, yeah, I appreciate the comeback and the info, and I could swear I just keyed it up, half hour ago, 45 minutes ago at work on the mobile when we were just leaving Okemos. I could swear I keyed it up and it came back, but maybe I was just hallucinating. So I appreciate it. Good to hear you guys out here. Happy Friday. TGIF 7375. Have a great weekend, gentlemen. KDA-DAX will be clear.
Three, sir. 7-3. Yeah. I got nothing this round. Go ahead, Jay.
NT0Y. Well, that's not encouraging that Zach's talking about the lightning last night took out a transformer. That's not what I want to hear, really. Okay, well, hopefully that situation there, he's probably out of the car by now, but hopefully that situation there didn't fry up anything else. And, yeah, I guess we'll see what happens. I'm sure Brian's aware of it, especially if it took down 2 repeaters. I wonder if, I don't know, I wonder if that link between them has something to do with how they're controlled. Like the one down in Jackson is actually controlled by the one in Aurelius, and then, taking the Aurelius off kind of took both off. Not quite sure. I know sometimes they can control things that way, but I'm not sure if that would be the case in this one. I'm not sure if any of the infrastructure that Brian has, although it'd be pretty cool to check it out one of these days. But yeah, just headed down Willoughby Road, headed east, grabbing some kids, and then probably for the rest of the night it'll involve cooking dinner and doing an hour of Morse code practice. Go ahead, Pete, NT0Y.
K8TZO.
I heard somebody in there. Come back again.
KE8TZO. You got a copy on this?
Yep, loud and clear. Yeah, go ahead there and then pass it to Pete.
Hey, I feel like I just crawled out from underneath a rock. What's the current events I'm missing here? Some stuff went down over? To you, Pete.
Recognize the call, but hello, good afternoon. Aurelius repeater is down where we are now. Rattle the other big repeater. We're trying to figure out what's going on there with that. The greatest repeater in the area is down, and we're sad.
BRD. We're sad hams without the attitude. Go ahead, Jay.
Speak for yourself. Go ahead, Tom.
Hey, yeah, well, now I feel well informed. Yeah, it's kind of, I haven't listened to any radio all day except for this morning, and sometimes in the morning it's not uncommon to hear nothing. So Aurelius is down. That's obviously a lightning strike by the sounds of it. Yeah, that's a bummer. What's the other ones that are down besides Aurelius? It's you, Pete.
The 147360 repeater in Jackson is linked to that, and that's down too. At least I couldn't get it from up here in west side of Lansing. I'm going to try it again here in a minute, but that seems to be down too, so I guess the whole darn thing is down for a minute.
I didn't catch that one. What was the other repeater that's down too? Go ahead.
One 47360 in Jackson. That's linked to Aurelius permanently.
It's probably back over to you, Jim.
Yeah.
See if I got it. Yeah, I think that one down in Jackson is somehow controlled by the one at Aurelius, and the only reason I'm hoping it's not a lightning strike is because if you look at the consumer's map, the outage map, they are there's outages scattered all over the place, and I know for sure that there can't be that many lightning strikes. I mean, I'm sure there were a few, but and I'm sure by the other hand that Brian's tower is, you know, one of the highest things in the area, if not the highest thing. And but if you look at the consumer's outage map, there's just scattered wind damage all over the place. So I'm hoping that's all it is. Go ahead there, Tom. NT0Y.
KE8TZL. Yeah, I hope for him it is just a power outage too, because yeah, as we all know, lightning strikes can be kind of pricey. Holy crap! Yeah, and scary all together. Yeah, what a bummer. But hey, any port in a storm, you guys obviously found a frequency here to use. The old 3.9 as a backup. Okay, on you, Pete.
Hear that? I even tried the power repeater, and that doesn't seem to be working either, unfortunately. I think there was something going on with that one, though. I'm going to try it again here in a minute. Go ahead. Jim, I think.
BRD. Yep, that was the rotation. I had heard some scuttlebutt about the Potterville repeater might be no longer at some point, but I don't know how true that is. But that was just some of the rumor I had heard.
Well, I'm going to have to pass it back to you for a second, Jim, so you can elaborate on that. Because that might be, if they're just talking about vacating and the tower's not going away, then that might be an opportunity, possibly. I don't know, an opportunity for who. I got some ideas in the back of my head, but that might be an opportunity. Or is it that the tower's going away and they're just not going to put it back up? Go ahead real quick, Jim.
The scuttlebutt that I had heard is that the owner of the repeater is no longer living down here. He moved up north or something. And so he's been leaving it running for a while, but he had one of the repeaters crash on him or something, and they swapped it out at least temporarily. And and then, you know, he was gonna reassess what he was gonna do with it. So yeah, that's all I heard. And I heard something that I want to say said he was thinking about just taking it down. But yeah, that's it.
That's interesting. Okay. Well, rather than just vacating it, I would hope that somebody would get a hold of, I assume that's the Eaton County club over there, if that's still a thing anymore. I would hope somebody would try and utilize some of the infrastructure that's already there. It's an interesting opportunity. Go ahead, Tom, NT0Y.
KE8TZL, westbound and down on 496. Yeah, Jay, you can hear your gears grinding right through the microphone. And I don't blame you a bit. That sounds like an interesting possible opportunity. Yeah, why wouldn't you go for that? Because it's people like you and I and all the other guys we're talking to here today who keep this hobby alive. Yeah, definitely worth going for. You bet, man. Why wouldn't you? All right. See you, Pete.
C8TCS. I don't think the tower's going to come down. I'm fairly certain that the county still has stuff on it. That was one of the main transmitters for a lot of the county frequencies. So I think the county owns it. And I'm pretty certain back in the day, the owner, his name is John. His name is John. I think he might have had to do with emergency management for Eaton County. That's how he got it there. Jim!
W8TT.
I heard you in there, Scott. I'll pass it to you next. Yeah, I don't, like I said, I don't know how much validity there is there, or what, but that was just what I had heard, and grapevine and little birdies, So yeah, if there is an opportunity there, yeah, that'd be nice to pick up on. If anybody had the ability to. Go ahead there, Scott. And then pass it to Jay after you're done, Scott.
Okay. Yeah, the owner is NAJI, John Imeson, I believe it is. And, gosh, that was a nice repeater. It didn't get much use in that, but I don't know how for range in that, because I never really played on it that much, because there was hardly anybody out there in that. I would monitor it every once in a while, but yeah, that's where this repeater was for a while, as far as I know. And yeah, what were you thinking, Jay? Something for the MSU repeater, or something different? W8ATT, go ahead, Jay.
W8BCI repeater. Yeah, NT0Y in the group. Yeah. The thought had crossed my mind. The MSU repeater is a little bit limited in what it can do. Just because it's just got the height of the building and a little 25-foot tower it's on top of, and it feels those limitations. It's got the equipment, it just doesn't have the height. And rather than just vacate a perfectly good 2-meter amateur antenna on top of a really nice tower, seems like maybe some talking could be done. And seems like an opportunity. That's all I have to say about that. And yeah, I think you're right, Scott. I think that's where the 539 was. Although I've hit the NHJI repeater from various spots around Lansing, and it is not nearly as strong as what the 539 was when it was over there. And I don't know if that's because it was just all different equipment. Sorry about that. The auto start got me. Let me see if I still have it. I gotta do something about that. But but I feel like the 539 was way stronger than the NHAI repeater currently is. Maybe they had some power behind it. I'm not sure what the differences are, but it's interesting to say the least. Go ahead, Pete. NT0Y.
TCTCS. And the Potterville one is working. I keyed it up, announced my call, didn't hear anybody, and I just heard a couple key ups. But, yes, it would be rather unfortunate if it were to go away, and it is a good solid one. No, it's not as strong as Aurelius, but it had a pretty good footprint for... I'll be right back.
Hey, sorry, I screwed up the order. Pass it to Tom if you could.
Go ahead, Tom, I'm sorry.
ATZL, no worries, my friends, no worries. Yeah, and I think if this is the tower that's right next to the rest area on 69 northbound, I do believe. It's quite visible from the expressway. I used to stare at it every day driving by it. Almost got in a couple accidents because I was too busy staring at it. I think that's the one. To you, Pete.
That's Jim.
Assuming it's my turn. Given the word I've heard, maybe if anybody is wanting to make a change or put something up there, somebody might contact him before he even pulls it down. If he was deciding, and say, hey, if you're having an interest in pulling out of there, let us know. We would like to get in, type thing. I think Scott and then Jay.
Sounds good to me. Yeah, that's, you just misspoke, Jay, last time. It's not a 2 meter, it's a 70 centimeter. Work right out pretty good with, if things could come together. If he doesn't have to take it down or whatever, maybe something can be had. And I think the reason why the 539 was so good on Tower Hill there, that's kind of the slang name for that area, and that's across the street. They have, if you've been down through there, I don't even know if it's still up there, the AT&T microwave towers and that they used to run years ago. But, I think that's the highest point in the county, and, that would be real nice for that, especially being fusion and that. And I think the difference why the 539 was stronger, that's where I was going, is I think that was up a bit higher than what the 442.025 is right now. So that could be a whole, especially with 70 centimeters and that. Anyway, go ahead, Jay, W8ATT.
Yeah, NT0Y. Yep. Many questions. Yeah, obviously the MSU is 440 currently, so it could utilize this whole setup, but if it's going to be weaker coming back into the area that MSU resides in that the current MSU repeater is, then it's probably not worth it. I wonder if when the 39 took off from that location and came over to Okemos, I wonder if they left that 2 meter antenna up there or if they climbed it and stripped it out. Just a bunch of different thoughts. I make this my last, gentlemen. Pulled up to the library, texted the kids that I'm here, and they should be filtering out momentarily. So I'll let you guys get back into the round table, but I'll check out. NT0Y, I'll say 73. Send it over to Tom.
ATZL, have a good day, Jay. And obviously, it's probably all going to boil down to the guy's going to want to going to want to sell his investment. I'm sure he's got equipment there that he doesn't want to give away. But yeah, I'm sure money could be gathered to keep it alive. Like you said, many questions, and it could go in a positive direction. Yeah, like hate to see it go away. And hey, you can always link that repeater down there, the MSU, to that. That's always an answer. Having a link for the MSU repeater would be way cool. But just thoughts, lots of thoughts, no answers. But anyways, I'm at Wally World. I got to go do the family shopping here, so I'm going to be out for a spell myself. You guys all have a wonderful afternoon, and I think it's on to Pete. KE8TZ clear.
All right, you both have a good day. I also am going to clear out because I am almost to one of my destinations, so we're going to clear out here. Everybody have a wonderful day, evening, happy weekend, and we'll catch you guys around KC8TCS 73.
You go, Pete. Everybody's clearing out. All right. See you, Jay. See you, Tom. And Pete. We'll catch you later. Looks like it's just you and me, Scott. Go ahead.
I'll hop in. Got you in there. I'll hop in. 73 Pete, 73 Tom. Gosh, I don't know if we've spoke before, but name here is Scott, and located over in Kentucky. Go ahead there, sir. W8ATT in the group.
Don't know. I think we were talking about the Eaton County Windsor Hill there and what the antenna's doing now instead of doing the 539 stuff, right? 88MJJ. Good afternoon there, Chris. Yeah, that's kind of been the topic of discussion. Well, there's been some hearsay about whether or not he was going to pull that the N8JI off the air, and because we were discussing the fact that the Aurelius is down right now. So go ahead, Scott.
W8BCI repeater.
I was going to say the guy to talk to on that would be N8ATE, and what that was doing prior. So the 539, the antenna is over there next to on Windsor Hill. That's the E-Carc now. That's the digipeater for that 7.6 there.
Didn't catch all that, Chris. Good to hear you, and a long time no hear. Hopefully things are going good out in Shiawassee County. Oh, just swapping radios out here and trying to get those itty-bitty nuts started, and kind of hard with arthritis doing it and that, and the squeaky styrofoam. Hopefully all's well with you and Chris, and I swore that I'm sure I could be wrong, but I thought that the 539 when it was out here in Tower Hill, it was about 500 feet up, and I'm not sure what the N8GI repeater is, but yeah, that'd be kind of cool to get, as Jay was saying, get something out there, whether it's 2 meter or 70 centimeter. It'd be nice to have a fusion link. My closest fusion link is Roger Cummings over in Diamonddale, and I have a hard time hitting him. I don't know what it is, but I've got some high power lines probably a quarter mile away from me, right in the east direction over here in Charlotte, and I have a hard time. Now, I think I can get into it okay. since I got that new antenna up and that, but yeah, it was always hard to get into that, and it would just be nice to have something out here in Eaton County and that out this way. W8ATT, go ahead, Jim.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of sucks that, you know, we have to start thinking about these things, but yeah, we probably ought to start thinking about these things in case something were to happen to any one of the more, you know, used repeaters. Maybe we need to start putting some traffic on that N8JI repeater and, you know, show it some love. Go ahead, Chris.
The guys to talk to, though, would definitely be N8GE because he's got access to that repeater site there. But yeah, as I said, the 539, last I remember, that antenna is currently the Eaton County Amateur Radio Club's digipeater, that e-cart that we've been playing around on. But trying to think here. There was a D-Star repeater. It wasn't connected to the internet. That's on there. And I remember that was causing interference issues with the other repeater. So they disconnected that. But it might still be there. I don't know. But yeah, the N8JI repeater. Yeah, I don't know. That's maybe that'd be another question for N8GE. Trying to think here, what else is there? There's a handful of antennas on that tower. I'm just trying to remember what each one of them did. I remember when NADHU was telling me what he was doing with all those. But it'd be interesting to see what we could do. I was about to say, I haven't got on the N8JI repeater. No, wait, never mind. We used to have a 440 LCDRA repeater. I don't know what the heck happened to that. That was located right around the corner from there. But it'd be interesting to see. I did not know the Aurelius was down, but then again, I don't key up anything anymore. So, K88MJJ.
Where you been? Yeah, like I said, maybe it's time to start showing love a little more everywhere and, you know, give some use on some of these repeaters so they don't go away, hopefully.
I'm going to bow out, guys, for a minute. Mama brought out some food, and I'm looking at it, so you know the drill. Good hearing you out there, Chris. And 7-3s, guys, for a bit, W8ATT.
Scott, catch you later. So what's new there, Chris? How you been doing? KF8BRD.
Trying to relax a little. The last couple months have been kind of serious here. Last month I jacked my thumb up working on something and it got sucked into a impeller on a vacuum. Totally my dumb fault for not unplugging it before working on the impeller. But well, I unplugged it and then I plugged it back in to test the motor. And then I totally forgot to unplug it. Whoops. So I hit the rocker switch and ate my thumb. So trying to get feeling back in that slowly. And it's slowly getting better. But going on repeater sites that were totally awesome back in the day for 440. Clinton County. So there's the 911 tower they got out there, right? Anyways, a long time ago we had a repeater on that.
it was the UHF machine in St. John. You'll see it posted once in a great while. Anyways, that thing had a heck of a footprint. And the politics of that group killed that repeater. And I would assume if somebody could cozy up to their emergency services there and figure out who's in control of the repeater site out there, I'm sure there's a way to put something on that, as there was something on there before. And that thing had a better footprint than Windsor Hill. That's definitely a dead spot, and I wish there was something up there. That could start bridging towards, Alma, a little bit north of there. Yeah. Heck, right setup could get all the way to Mount Pleasant, right? Pleasant Valley, you can find the frequency to that, is located on the same tower as the IRA link there. So it's actually the, Christian station there. Anyways, they're a Smile FM station or something like that. Anyways, I think that would be KFAU. I would be able to talk to you about that one. But anyways, in Pleasant Valley, there is a repeater that is fusion only, and that is the same tower that is running the Mount Pleasant IRA, and that's always running the Eastern Michigan link. Interesting, yeah. It'd be nice if we had another fusion in between. That would be pretty awesome, and have it linked and do the Eastern Michigan link or whatever. Yeah.
W8CCI repeater.
You might be able to get the N9UV machine, and I believe that also is on the Eastern Michigan link, which is in Diamonddale, about 65, 70 feet. Not a huge footprint. I can get to it from work. I don't really do a whole lot of chatting on the fusion stuff. Because I'm like, I can just do it from my phone.
NT0Y.
Jay, take it.
I was just going to say, yeah, Jim, you should be able to hit that N9UV repeater, I would think. I can hit it all the way across town, regardless kind of where I'm driving. As far as I know, both from talking to him and kind of using the repeater, is actually, I think he just defaults to his own room, but he doesn't care if you throw the room over to, east, west, whatever. I also have listened to that Eastern Michigan link quite a bit, and I have heard nothing. I mean, just nothing. And as a matter of fact, I was coming from up north. They have a bunch of repeaters kind of scattered on 127 headed north. My parents live up north, so I was headed back down, and I was hitting some of those repeaters on the way down. They started a net out of nowhere, and I hit that Oil City repeater, which is like the main one for, I think it goes all the way up until St. John's is kind of where it hits. And they had all of 2 people, not including myself, check into the net. Now, I think the West Michigan link is far more entertaining, has far more activity, but they might have far more repeaters, for all I know, but I have not heard a darn thing out of that East Michigan. Go ahead, Chris, NT0Y.
Yeah, I'm trying to find Pleasant Valley on my... There we go, 146720. That Pleasant Valley is always on that link. I usually catch stuff on it, but again, I haven't played around it in a couple of years. Hey, speaking of Windsor Hill, I'm on it. No, I'm not getting a massage across the street. I'm actually on the road. Yeah. Weird. But most of the Eastern Michigan link stuff, that's all Detroit people. I'm not going to talk trash, but it seemed to be kind of clicky.
KF8KN mobile.
Clearly hear the call. Go ahead, though. Go ahead. Say the call again, please. That was more out than in, not enough to copy anything. Sorry. If you want to try it again, but otherwise go ahead, Jay.
Yeah, I heard a KF8 something AN. I'm just missing one letter of it, not sure. But we'll leave a space after this transmission before Chris picks it up, in case he comes back into some more coverage. Yeah, I don't know. I monitor it from time to time. Check it out on just DroidStar on my phone, and I've definitely heard it on the N9 UV repeater. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe it isn't what it used to be. I'm not sure. I haven't heard nothing out of anybody over there. So West Michigan actually seems to be picking up steam. They got a net on Tuesday nights that picks up, somewhere between 20 and 30 check-ins usually. It's pretty hopping. And it was on the MSU repeater for a minute, as most people know. But the MSU repeater is now more like the N9 UV repeater, where it just defaults to its own room, but anybody can switch it at any time. So if anybody wants to check out either East or West Michigan, just dial it up on either the Diamonddale or the MSU, whichever you're more in range of. But yeah, the Windsor Hill site would be interesting. I think the most important part to me is just not losing, these agreements to put this stuff up on these towers are ages old, sometimes just handshakes, and a lot of the times they just come with perks that you wouldn't be able to get today, like not having to pay for the power, or, yeah, there's this existing hard line going up there, just hook into that, no problem, all that kind of stuff. And a lot of these, a lot of that stuff just isn't available anymore. They don't honor that kind of stuff. And then letting some of this equipment go and then trying to put it back up later is going to cost so much more money than just keeping the existing stuff going under whatever call sign it is. Rather than just let it go, it'd be nice if some kind of individual group could pick it up. And even if it's not readily used, somebody will come up with a use for it. Somebody will come up with a purpose. And it would cost a heck of a lot more to have to put it all back up there and sign contracts and, start 501c3s and all this other garbage, rather than just roll with what's already there. Go ahead, Chris. NT0Y after a brief space for our KF8 something AN friend there.
KF8FKN.
KFAFKN K88MJJ. I'll take it after you.
Hey guys, my name's Luke. I'm a new technician. I'm currently in St. John's on my way home to Ashley up near Ithaca, and I'm just chiming in to say, yeah, it's like a dead spot up in my area.
Hey, real quick, sorry, I'll pass it right to you, Chris. But yeah, I actually know Luke from, I think you're a part of the Michigan Rats Discord, aren't you?
I'm trying to remember. I'm part of a couple different Discords, and I can't remember what all ones I'm in.
Yeah, Yeah, I got you. All right, well, good to hear you. Yeah, sorry, Chris. Go ahead. NT0Y.
Like I was discussing before, the guy to talk to on all that repeater stuff there on that Windsor Hill would definitely be an 8HEE, because he's got a lot of stuff on that. And when the 539 got pulled, he ended up putting the E-Cart digipeater up in its place. A lot of that stuff is old, and like the reason why we weren't doing so well with the 539 was the coax was crummy. There's some water in it, but it looks like I think he may have fixed it, because I'm not having a problem getting the E-Cart digipeater. So, yeah, I'm not too sure, but I think with our packet network there, I think we should be able to get the other side of Eaton County without the E-Cart, but that just made it a little easier, but nobody used it. But as for the NHAI antenna on there, yeah, I think that would be the easy one to try to grab. Just yeah, I'd contact NAHE, because he's one of the, I'm going to say, trustees with the keys over there.
WHBCI repeater.
Got it.
Now, yeah, I'm not sure what the situation is with it, but I gotta say, I would love to see either an analog or something in, towards St. John's area, because that is a definite big dead zone. Go ahead, whoever's got it next, I think Jay.
Yeah, that is a dead zone up there, and actually, I'm surprised you didn't rustle up KD8DAX, because he has an awful lot to say about what used to be up in that area. And I think he was somewhat a part of that group, and I'm sure he kept trying to keep it from breaking down, and it just, there was no stopping it, apparently. Relationships lost. Go ahead, KF8 FKN NT0Y.
Much more to say. I saw on the repeater from the repeater.com is right now is analog, so I haven't been pick anything up. But from where I live up in Ashley, I can't reach anything, or nobody's, or I get no repeater traffic from Alma or Alma College repeater or the other repeaters up there. Actually, all my repeater traffic I've been getting lately is one that I'm on right now, and one that's linked to Gainesville.
Between 50 and 75% copy. You're starting to get out of the range there. I know there's that little dip on 127. That kind of messes with people. I'll let you try again, I guess.
Sorry, I'm in St. John's right now. Probably not reception. F8, FKN, clear.
7-3 Luke, if I remember right. You have yourself a good one there. I'll go ahead and pass it around for say 7-3 to you.
Three, sir. Have a good one. Go ahead, Jay.
Yeah, 7-3 there, Luke. Good to hear you. what 50 to 75% of you we heard, but come on back. And yep, I'm gonna bow out here too, guys. Just got home with the kids. Gonna go inside and cook something up. 73NT0Y.
7PJ. But yeah, that kind of made everyone sad when the St. John's repeater kind of. I mean, it was underused, but the distance on that thing was just like wow. I mean, I could be sitting at my dining room table, 5 watts, getting into it, like wow. And that's from Perry, which I mean, I used to use it to talk to Zach way back when I was up in Oakley or something like that. I'd hail that machine to hail him. So yeah, it was nice. But it's amazing how politics of groups can affect everybody. I really wonder what is up with that group. Is there even, did it dissolve? Is there that group even there? Or is it, I mean, from what I was told from KD8, oh, I forgot his call sign. The one I used to George all the time, that guy out of St. John's, the guy with the chickens. Yeah, just one day they were like, where did the repeater go?
The last I heard, the only thing that's up there in the St. John's area is D-Star, so, you know, and who do you know that actually runs D-Star? I mean, I know you do and Shane do, but other than that, I don't know anybody else that runs D-Star at all.
Go attacking Shane and I's D-Star systems here. We like it quiet. But we could definitely use more people in it. But not a lot of people are fans of ICOM due to the price. And not a lot of fans of due to the same reason. And that's the only way in there. And I'm just not a fan of Yezu because it's like, you guys had so much potential and you guys didn't do everything I thought you guys could do. But if they did, then their price would probably be up with the Icons and Kenwood. So, I don't know. But no, I mean, obviously, like, Shane and I were looking at those D750s. He's got his name on it. I'm like, I really want to know how much that thing costs before it comes out. Because if it's $1,000, I'm probably not going to touch it. If it's 900, I might hit it.
Well, I think it's going to be in that range, 900 to maybe 1,200, I'm guessing. It's just a stab in the dark. If you like D-Star, I got T over here. I'll make a deal on with you.
I got all the radios I need for D-Star. I think I'm good. It's kind of also internet radioed out because it's like, yeah, okay, I can talk to my box in the room. Yay. It is nice though if I'm like walking around Sam's Club, I can call over to Shane and be like, what's up? Because he's always monitoring over there on the Reflector 10 Alpha, I believe. So, yep, good time. I'm trying to think, there's other repeaters out there that aren't being used that have good footprints, and I just don't remember which one. There's just a whole bunch of them, and nobody seems to use them. The hobby's dying, man. The hobby's dying.
I don't think it's dying. It may not be growing at the rate we would like, but I don't think it's dying. Yeah. I know that if I were a little further east with my same setup I have here, I could probably make it into the Livingston area. Yezu fusion thing they got going on over there. That's a pretty cool group. I keep my hotspot kind of parked on that one.
This goes back to the COVID chat a while back. KJDS, W8MAT, and myself, we used to all hang out with another guy there. Darn it, how dare I forget Tim's called JXN, KD8JXN, but I haven't heard him in a while. We also sit there and they got a D-Star machine, excuse me, a DMR machine. Actually, it's an all-mode machine, so you can key into it with whatever you want. But Livingston, those guys, that's where I got my license from, is Livingston. But, those guys, they dabble with everything. It's like, if I lived if I lived in their town, I would totally want to hang out with that group, because they don't poo-poo anything. They're just like, hey, who wants to go try this? And then all of a sudden they try it, and all of a sudden everyone gets onto it, and it's like, yay, that's cool. But out here, it's different. And we've had that discussion. It's like, why is there not a lot of try for new things? And there has been advancements in the last few years. But, I don't know. The Livingston guys, though, I like hanging out with Lark. They can be fun.
WHBCI repeater.
It's too bad we can't get a fusion machine in Lansing area that's tied to that group. That'd be fun. That'd be cool. I know they have a breakfast club they got going on over there. The guys all get on and start rag chewing in the morning on their way into work.
Yeah, I wonder if they still have the breakfast over in Brighton. That's the problem. Brighton's just so dang far away. I'm like, man, let's see these guys and hang out with them. I mean, they have the packet network going on over there. And I remember they were building that because they were like, in an emergency, we can send each other stuff. And I was like, yeah, these guys are cool. On the 050. But I wanted to put something out there on the 050 to go hang out with them with the internet. And they're like, no, don't do that. We want our own little closed group. I'm like, okay, whatever.
I've chat with KI8A a few times. He's a pretty cool guy. Clint bought a radio from him. Some sort of a Kenwood. But, yeah, there's that. So, you ready to get rid of that 891 yet?
I want to get rid of my 891. Doing the job.
I was just hoping.
Next to the screwdriver on the back of my truck. I can't do that.
I think that's going to be my next HF endeavor. An 891 with a ATOS or a Tar Heel or something.
I went with a diamond. You can get 80 meters with a diamond. Can't do it with an ATOS. I like talking about hemorrhoids, so I want my 80.
Oh my god, that's hilarious. Oh, shoot. KF8BRD, I better ID. Yeah, that's what you get on 80 meters, though, isn't it?
Yeah, well, better than hanging out on 40. Every time you key up, you got some guy talking over top of you.
Yeah, I'm still trying to work my way into a group on 80 meters. I still feel rather awkward when I try to jump in and, you know, yeah.
You went on a Buzzard Roost net, right? I mean, that's a fun net. A lot of people hang out on that. Buzzard Roost, Wolverine night, all that stuff there. Yep. Actually, 7200 is the only. Have they fixed that yet? Because I don't even listen to 7200 anymore. Is that That's still a problem, KD8MJJ.
What there is to fix. I mean, unless you're going to go give everybody that gets on there an attitude adjustment, I don't think there's any fixing it.
And forward, good buddy. I mean, I keep seeing stuff that enforcement's been playing around with some people out there, but it just seems like there's probably a handful too many. I'm sure they'll slowly yank them out of there, but it's just a madhouse.
You know, the moment, you know, if there's any extra room in there, somebody else is jumping and pick right up where the other person left off. So, yeah. I think that should just be left alone. Let them do what they're going to do, and just, you know, on all the ARRL frequency sheets and all that, just write that one off and just say blanked out for BS.
Yeah, it's the romper room. That's where you gotta just go off and release some steam. You don't have to go to 11 meters anymore. Just go over there. But yeah, I've been seeing that enforcement's been going out and thinking with those guys. But there's just, yeah. How do you find them? Oh, the downward direction finder. That's how. Yeah, good luck. You know how big your vehicle would have to be in order to space those antennas out right. So, yeah. Then you have to be local to them anyway to figure it out. Yeah, it's kind of a pain in the butt. But, yeah, we've been working around it for years anyway. Just, yeah, ignore 7200. Unless you're out there trying to, yeah, I drank too much tonight, so it's time to talk trash on 7200.
DIX mobile.
Heard you in there. I'll pass it to you next. Yeah, I heard there's another one on 80 meters that's, you know, kind of like the 80 meter version of 7.200. I don't know what the frequency is though, but yeah. And then yeah, I've heard that kind of thing where somebody went out and got plastered. And they get on the radio and just start jabbering. I've heard that actually on the WIRA before. So go ahead, DIX.
DIX, Kilo Delta 8 Delta Alpha X-ray mobile. Just left Ovid. So we're kind of up over here in Donaldson land, or closer to Donaldson land than normal. But I just heard Furfur in here. Furfur Donaldson. I haven't heard that voice in a long time, so I just figured I'd jump back in. Just got back in the car. Got the batteries in my aunt's remote replaced, and rebooted her modem and her router for her charter, Spectrum internet to get her streaming TV box up and running again, and re-educated her on how to use everything again and to stop using Dish Network. I have it turned off, but she can still watch crap on the DVR, and she just can't seem to grasp the concept of that's going away. I mean, how long has it been now? A few weeks, a month, and I installed this little streaming box she can watch anything and everything on just for one big upfront cost and then no residual cost. So it's like $300 for the device and no monthly fee. She was paying $160 a month for Dish Network for one TV. So it should be a big cost savings, but yeah. Going to be a headache, or going to continue to be a headache for a while at least, because she can't operate anything. So, anyways, good to hear you guys out here. Don't mean to interrupt or hold you up. We'll let you continue your HF rag chew. But good to hear you guys out here. 7.3s, KD8 DIX mobile. We'll be clear.
Hey, Zach, how's it going? Huh. Upfront cost. Just go get a Raspberry Pi, put Kodi on it. Turn on the old VPN and just start pulling movies off the internet. Just pull as many as you can. Because with the VPN, nobody knows.
Jack ain't got to go anywhere. He can stay here and rag chew with us. Go ahead. We'll let you try it in, or try it if you want to.
W-H-B-C-I repeater.
Yeah, well, so it's these VC boxes. I don't have anything to weigh in on HF. I'm not rich like you guys, so I don't have HF stuff, so I don't have anything to weigh in on all that. All I do is 2 meter, 70 centimeter Echo Link, and what is it, All-Star now, thanks to that T0Y, got me going on that. Bought the $8 wrap for my phone and registered for the All-Star connection there, so, you know, just another tool in the toolbox, but I still actually like the Echo Link app better, but it's good to have the other option available. It's good to have All-Star as a secondary option to get into stuff, so. Yeah, this is a VC box, you know, some little straight from Chinatown box, but bought 4 of those when we were down in Indiana. Yeah, we went down to Shipshewana, whatever, a few months ago. Ended up buying 4 of those boxes, so we got one, and then I bought another one on eBay, the newer model, the V6 instead of the V3. But, you know, similar to the, what was the name of his store, and what are those things called? Super boxes. It's kind of like the super box, but supposedly more user-friendly. He sells super boxes. That's the name of his store down there in South Bend, Indiana. It's a dude with a bunch of TVs, a little kiosk in the middle of the mall. But I ended up buying 4 of the V3, like last year's model or whatever, of V3 VC boxes. But yeah, you can watch pretty much anything and everything on those with no monthly fee. I mean, everything that's on Peacock, everything that's on Hulu, Paramount, everything, man. Like when it comes, the day it comes out in movie theaters, you can watch it on there. Like there's like 4 or 5 different apps depending on which version you have. The newer version has less apps, which is weird. But yeah, you can. There's a ton of content on there. But I'm like, I'm gonna need easier for my parents to be able to stand a chance at operating it, and for my aunt to maybe ever someday stand a chance at operating it. It needs to be as easy as possible, and it sounds like the VC box is a lot easier to use than the super boxes, so I went with those. So, and my younger stepbrother had him buy one of the V6 Maxes. Today they've been using that and liking it. We've got a V6 Max downstairs and a V3 Plus upstairs, so got one of each of the newer models now. So I actually like the older one better, I think, but there are some pros and cons to both of them. KDAX from the village of Chelsea.
Interesting. Huh. You don't have to be rich to be on HF. I mean, they don't sell bail things for HF yet. But we do have, like, you know, Zygu G90s. I mean, that's cheaper than a lot of radios. But if they had a bail thing for HF, could you imagine the splatter? Anyways, but watching a movie without having to pay for it, I question now the legitimacy of this device. And should he be running through a VPN? Or VPNs, I thought those were illegal now. I don't know. Anyways, over to KFABRD, Katie at MJJ.
You got something closer to bowel thing for HF. It's called a G90 or Zygu G106. 5 watts, but you know it's HF.
And then couldn't you just run it into an amp? I mean, you know, hey, so yeah, you know. But I've heard good things about the G90s. I've heard a lot of people say a lot of good things about the G90s. I haven't heard anything about the 105 or whatever you just said. That's new to me. But I mean, I spent over $1,070 on 4 streamers
boxes that I had no intentions of buying at a mall in South Bend, Indiana, and then walk around with a bag advertising Super Box with 4 VC boxes in it. So, I mean, I could have probably got a pretty decent HF radio for $1,000. I just spent it on streaming boxes instead. But the caveat to that is I only kept one of the 4 of those 4 and resold and made money on the other one. So I made $50 on each box. So, you know, I'm probably not going to get the opportunity to do that on HF. So if I buy a $1,000 HF radio, I'm going to keep it, but even if I sold it, I probably wouldn't be able to resell it and make money on it. But you never know, maybe. It was a pretty quick return on investment, so I spent $250 on each one of them. Well, $250 plus the taxes and crap, so about $270, I guess, on each one, probably, or something like that. $270 with taxes, and then sold them to family members for $300. Mainly just for my time to activate them, set them up, update them, show them how to use them for babysitting the process. But my younger stepbrother, I just told him on Christmas Day, I think, what to buy. He went to eBay and bought one for $240 for the V6 Max, the newest model, for $240 on eBay. And he's got one. He got it set up, did it all himself. I was no part of it, getting it set up and configured or anything. And they seem pretty happy with it. His wife and some of his kids aren't thrilled that his whole plan to buy that was to retire all the streaming services, because they're paying like $50 plus a month for all these different streaming services. And he's like, nope, we're going to buy this box and we're going to get rid of all those, because this box can access all that for no monthly fee. So, yeah, I know. Yeah, the legality and validity of it all, yeah. There's a legal disclaimer when you first set it up. There's like a full screen disclaimer that comes up that you have to agree to, that you're responsible for the content that's being accessed, blah, 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 blah. VC Box is not responsible. You know, they're doing the whole CYA thing for sure, because they know that you're using an app on a platform that they've got set up for you to access content with lifetime licenses on the apps there, you know, so they just want to clear themselves of any legal... I think a Raspberry Pi and pulling Kodi is cheaper, but you gotta know how to make all that stuff happen. But I haven't ran Kodi since we had Covenant, and yeah, you can watch screeners coming through, and you're like, yeah, just don't make it a habit. But no, I haven't done that in God knows how long. Oh. It's funny with streaming services, because it's like, okay, I'll start off with Amazon Prime. All right, I'll go grab the Netflix, then I'll grab this, then I'll grab that. And before you know it, you have like 10 different things, and it's costing you $160 a month. And you're like, all right, cancel them all, because I don't need them. Just keep the Prime, because I kind of buy stuff for cheap. And I run an AT&T, and they give you a free HBO Max. So I kept that, but then you get down to it, AT&T's expensive. I was getting ready to go out and pull the trigger on not Metro, the other one there, the one that's got Deadpool that runs it. Ryan Reynolds' little thing there, Mint Mobile. Yeah, $180, and you can have all the phone service you want for a year. Just you're running a secondary service off of T-Mobile. So, yeah, I'm like $180 for the whole year. So you can have data and everything for $180. Why am I paying $80 a month per phone to have AT&T? So I don't know. I'm trying to see if I can get 40% of my paycheck into 401k, and that's just not working. MJJ. I think all those streaming services are highway robbery. I mean, I got them all, except for, you know, the all-in-one ones like DirecTV's streaming service or YouTube TV or whatever. But, you know, the Hulus and Netflixes and all that, it seems like I got them all. Highway robbery, I tell you. KF8BRD, I want to be clear on a couple. I got a couple things to do. Go ahead.
W8BCI repeater.
88DIX. Yeah, so we have T-Mobile for 2 years now. Renewed for another 2 years. Got new iPhone 17 for all 4 of us. My Laura, myself, the wife, myself, and then my parents. So we got four iPhone 17s. So from T-Mobile for 2-year, agreement. So better deal than what I was going to get from like Verizon or AT&T. More per month from both of them, and 3-year contract or agreement or whatever you want to call it. You got to pay off the phone. So they don't call it a contract anymore, but you still got to pay off the phone. So I call that a contract. So tomato. So yeah, I went with another 2 years of T-Mobile. Got new phones. I wanted to go to Pronto Mobile, but they didn't pull the trigger on releasing their plans yet. I drove them nuts enough that I was able to get like a pre-release or early access. So last I know, they still haven't even made their plans live and able to activate a phone on yet. But I really like Pronto Mobile, so I'm hoping they'll get everything all released and squared away and figured out and fixed and ready to go in the next 2 years. So when we're done with T-Mobile, have our phones paid off, I can switch to them and hopefully still get the Founders pricing that I signed up for. Yeah, you get 14 gigs. So we have unlimited everything with T-Mobile. I had 2 home internets. Now I'm down to 1 home internet on the plan. But yeah, the Mint Mobile's not bad. That's actually what my chiropractor uses down there in Okemos. Got the home internet through T-Mobile for his office internet there, and then got the Mint Mobile cell phone. So using T-Mobile for both of them there. But yeah, I've been pretty happy with T-Mobile. Now I have iPhone 17 base model, 2 different iPhone 17 base models. One on Verizon on my phone and one on T-Mobile on my personal phone. So I do like speed tests when they both have like full signal, full 5G service. And pretty much always T-Mobile is way outperforming Verizon. So I find that interesting. It's a fun little game. We just went to Branson, Missouri. I did different speed tests and stuff on the way there and back and everything, just kind of checking the two against each other. And like I said, they'll both have like full 5G service or whatever, and I'll get better service, way faster speeds usually with T-Mobile. But with our T-Mobile, we also get Hulu and Netflix and Apple TV, which I don't care about Apple TV. But we get those in free with our plan, but yeah.
Alright, well, I just pulled in my driveway. And my streaming services have been, the one I've been using the most, though, is Jellyfin. But I made my own server. I just go down to the library, and I borrow a DVD from them for free. And then I put it in my computer, and I tell it to rip it, and then it rips as an MP4 or an MKV. And then I can watch that video all the time. It's pretty cool. Yeah, that's one of my other being cheap things. But I also got ridiculous upload for living in the city. So, alright, I'll say 7-3 for now. I'll catch you later. KDA-MJJ.
Alright, yeah, I think BRD was maybe going to clear out too, it sounded like, on the next couple or whatever there. So, alright, well, good chatting with you guys. Good hearing you out here. Have a great weekend. 7-3s, KDA-DAX, will be clear.
This is CWHBCI repeater PL100 Hertz. WHCCI repeater. is the WHBCI repeater PL 100 Hertz.